we're wrapping up our Starting a Home-Based Business series. We're here with Michael Connolly and John Sortino, co-founders of CambridgeEntrepreneur Academy.com. We're talking about how to grow your business and stay successful because you've helped us the whole entire way through starting your business, getting capital, marketing, and now how do you make sure that you succeed?
Well, when you first start out, you try to just get a single or a base on balls. You don't want to strike out. This is the first bear I made, which I gave to Mike. And I went on to make a much better bear and about 500,000 of them a year. But I kept working at making a better and better bear, although I love this bear, okay? But the bears I made eventually were on the cover of magazines. But there's 7 things that Mike and I would like to talk about. And the first thing is embrace your financials. You know, a lot of people are afraid of them, but month by month, that's your company history. Know your financials. And 2, embrace marketing. Watch TV, watch commercials, listen to the radio, look at newspaper ads, just look at all the marketing that's going on around you.
And it's something that, you know, you hear it, but you really have to implement it because it is so, so, so important. And we talked about that last week, or I think it was last week, marketing. And it doesn't matter what your product is. If you've got good marketing, you can sell it. So it is really, really important. And it's interesting, too, how you started with something that wasn't so great, right? But you stuck to it. You stayed passionate with that bear and just let it evolve. So it is all about not giving up on your dream and not giving up on what you believe in at the very, very beginning.
I thought I was going to sell 1 million of these bears. I only sold 250.
See? But then but eventually you got to that selling millions. So you just stuck to it. You didn't give up. And so it is all about. So first, embrace your financials. 2, make sure that you focus on marketing. 3 is get organized.
Yes, a lot of people make a big mistake of trying to do everything for themselves because they say their business is their baby, and that's true. But even with your baby, your baby has a daycare provider, then they go to school, then they go to college, then they get married. So you have to be able to be willing to let your baby grow. And the best way to do that is to get organized in what we call the 4-point triangle. So every business has 4 points that need to be done in order to become successful. And once you get organized and find get those 4 other people, some people do more than one role for themselves, but ultimately it's 4 different roles. Once you do that, you end up making it much easier for you to make money and become successful as a business owner. Because once you're organized, you're much less likely to burn out. When you're doing everything yourself, you can start off that way and think, yeah, I can do everything. But if you're constantly doing everything, you will burn out and then you will fade out.
And like you said, the 4-point triangle, not everyone is good at everything. And right now we're looking at we're kind of talking about it as a bakery, right? So you can't do everything. You can't be making the cupcakes, handling the money, marketing your business. You can't do it all if you want to be successful.
Right, exactly.
So you got to let your baby grow and let that happen. So that's the most important thing. Get organized if you do want to grow and succeed. Evaluate your company is the 4th tip. What do you mean by this, John?
Well, when I started out my teddy bear company, I got some investors, and my valuation was very low. And I worked very hard at making my valuation go up. The day I went public, the company's valuation was over $100 million. So I started something, and I made it into $100 million. So whatever business you start, you got to think after 5 or 10 years, how much is this business going to be worth? Don't just go into business to make money.
Right. You got to think big. And so, like you said, you have to evaluate it and believe in it. Because if you didn't believe in those bears that you started off with, who knows where you'd be, right? So stick to it and believe in yourself. The 5th tip is to know your market size, the need, and the competition.
Yeah, and that kind of ties back to marketing. If you notice, the theme always goes back to marketing. Because if you don't know how to sell your thing and don't know if there's a market to sell your thing to, you could work so hard on it. And I see so many entrepreneurs and businesses do this. They work so hard on something that nobody wants. So you definitely need to know your market size and know if there's a want for it. And then if you see this, if you see competition, that's a good thing. That means there's a market for it. A lot of people see competition, they go, oh, someone already did that, I don't want to do it. No, that means yes. Like if you think of Apple and Samsung, like the iPhone versus the Android, you know,
they're both succeeding.
They're both succeeding. Coke and Pepsi.
But there's plenty of people who want it.
Exactly.
So you need that competition. All right, we're almost out of time. Number 6, incorporate Think Big. We kind of touched on that, John.
Yep.
And now let's just talk about have trusted advisors. Have those people you can go to that you trust.
Yeah, it's very critical to do that because the 5 words that people say that make them not succeed is, yeah, but I like it. And mentors, trusted mentors and advisors let you know, okay, you like that, but that's not going to make you successful. You need to do that. A lot of the reasons that I became so much a successful entrepreneur is because the things that John tells me and taught me along the way, and I go, I would have never known it. It probably would have taken me 7 years to learn that.
So now he's your advisor. Now, John, we're almost out of time. Who advised you?
A couple of people. Mayor Meyer in Vermont was a teddy bear maker, and he taught me how to make teddy bears. He taught me where to buy the material from, where to go, how to do it. He taught me a lot about business. He said a lot of specific things like, don't worry if you do something wrong.
See?
Yeah.
And that's who advised you and helped you to grow and be successful. And now you're passing that on. Your mentors, and people can get a free course on what we've talked about this entire series, and they can get that at mymassappeal.com, that you will be mentoring them.
Yes.
And it's wonderful that you provide that to everyone. Thanks for being here. Thanks for inspiring people. Now go out and start your own business, right? Even if it does start with a simple old teddy bear.
Right. Mike loves this bear too.
So give it back
It's
to
my
him.
bear.
It's
Thank
your
you.
bear. Thank you so much, John and Mike, for all of this advice. It's wonderful to have you.